Hey guys, I'm back, and I have another addition to the Jade collection is what I have, but I have a cool knife, and it fits in the budget-friendly category, but you know, I haven't looked at a lot from this brand right here, CJRB. I don't know what it stands for. I just cannot remember right now, but what I can tell you is that this brand is associated with a good high-end brand, and we see companies doing that a lot these days. So CJRB is the more budget-friendly line of artisan cutlery. Just like Civivi is attached to WE, and Tangram is attached to Kaiser, which already Kaiser has more budget-friendly lines, you know, in Kaiser, but Tangram is a subsidiary, we'll say, of Kaiser that is more budget-friendly. More budget-friendly, but CJRB is an offshoot of artisan cutlery, which makes some really nice stuff. So today, we're going to be looking at the Mangrove. They call it natural green G10 handle. I've seen this described online as something else entirely too, but it's jade, and it's the minty green jade, which I'm really happy with, or so it looked like when I saw it. So we're going to jump into this right here, and we're going to take a look at what we've got. It's been sitting for a day or so, and it has been such a challenge not to open it and wait for this unboxing. So it's a little ghosty, a little mint, but it is definitely jade. So of course, do not eat. Now, there are a few different things that attracted me to this particular model when I looked at it. Number one, of course, well, it's jade, so, you know, I see it and I just get a big old woody and I'm like, I gotta get it. But it's not just the jade, it's the patterning that they put on the jade, that I really liked, and we'll take a look at that, in a bit. It's the blade shape and design. Now, they call it a drop point. It looks a little, Nesmuk to me, but we'll look at that in a minute too. Price is decent. You know, it's D2, of course, you know, because so much out of the better China factories these days are, but you know, it's got a good family name on it, and size wise it looked pretty good. So there's just a few things that really drew me to it. Let's go ahead and get the blade open, and then we'll look at some more details and features. It's on bearings, because let's face it, what's not on bearings these days? No, it's a little sluggish, to be honest, for bearings. Now, some of you guys have been talking to me and saying you want me to get back to doing the knife ratings, the actual ratings. Some of you in the past have said that just prolongs the video and you don't really want to see them. I don't know. Maybe we'll do another poll as to whether or not you guys want me to consistently do the ratings by the numbers or not. I don't know. But actually, I see a little bit of the greenish there. So anyway, here is the whole thing. Now, to me, this is not really a drop point shape. Like I said, more Nesmuk type blade, which I like as a blade shape. You know. But, you know, the funny part is if we were to grind it off right there, it really would be kind of a drop point sort of blade, and I could picture that. I might pick up another one and just grind that and then give it a gentle swoop up there just to see. Anyway, but here's the whole thing. It does fit nicely in your hand. Notice I didn't say comfortably, because as soon as I did this, I feel that clip. I totally feel that clip riding right along the knuckle line there. I absolutely feel that clip, and that's disappointing to me because there's so much about this knife that I really wanted to just love right out of the box. Now, I could do some tasks with this. I could do some cutting, sure, but over like, you know, any timeline, any time frame, that's not gonna feel good. Interesting. I really feel that clip. And you know, there are times where I have said, wow, I don't feel that clip at all, or I feel that clip a little bit, it's not so bad, you know, whatever. I really feel this clip. I am very much aware that this clip is persistently pushing its way into my knuckle area. Now, options, we could take the clip off and just use a lanyard. And by the way, the clip is reversible for left and right tip up carry. There's no option for tip down carry. But this would maybe be a case where I would switch it to tip down. Just have a clip, clip it in my pocket, but that is not feeling good. I mean, like I said, for short-term use, I could deal with it. But over the long term, like if I was, let's say I took it camping and I need to do a lot of, I don't know, tinder processing or whatever. Even if I just used it in the shop and I had to cut up a lot of boxes or something, I would not feel good. All right, I think I've beat that dead horse. So that's a shame. That's a shame. But what I really did like, what I really still do like, is that patterning on the G10 and the way it's finished, it almost has a custom, I don't want to say homemade look. That's not the word I'm looking for. But it almost has a custom, done look. It doesn't look perfectly done on a CNC machine or on a mill, is what I'm trying to say. It has a done by hand look, and I like that. I like it a lot. Now, I'm sure if we lined up every single scale, they would all have the exact same lines to the exact same dimensions. I get that. But it looks very hand done, as if someone spent time doing it. Even though I know they didn't. But I love the look of it. Now, you see how I don't know if it's coming out on camera that way. You see how you have some lighter grain on the G10. So if you wanted to, G10 does dry. It dries out a little bit. I don't know how else to explain it. It does. If you took just a little bit of oil and just rubbed it in there and then wiped off the excess, that would all be gone. It would be all uniform, nicely a little bit darker, and that would all go. But leaving that in there also helps with that kind of handmade sort of look. So I'm really digging the scale color. I'm digging the grinding on the scale. The finish on the scale. This isn't entirely grippy, but it is just enough to help you get a little bit of purchase on there over just a plain like smooth scale. I like it. The contouring on the handle is comfortable. I like it. It's that damn clip that I don't like. Overall, it's a nice shape. It's nicely contoured. It's good for big hands. Gives you a lot to hold on to. And it is a nicely shaped knife. By the way, shout out to the Patreon team. The Patreon team funded this adventure. This is all credit to their support and their contributions. Another thing I'm noticing is a little awkwardness getting that liner lock closed. It's a little bit more uncomfortable than I'd like. I mean, this had potential to be a great knife. I really wanted this to be nice. I think I have one other CJRB that I really like. I can't remember the model right now, but I'll throw it in text. It's a little pressure on your thumb to get that lock closed, and that didn't even. So let's see. Push button? No, not at all. Light switch? Yeah. What if we give it just a little less force? No, you really gotta. So now we might remedy that with a little bit of oil. All right. So a couple drops of KPL. Yep. There we go. So that's all that took. Okay, so that fixed that problem nicely. I like that it's a serialized blade. D2. Minimal billboarding. Very nice tumble finish on the blade. We've got that going for us. Some nice accents on the hardware. Nice clean design. Fit and finish actually is very good. Everything's sunk evenly. Let's see. Finishing down along the entire blade. Very nice. Very nice. With the cutting money, let's get some cord. And let's start with our slice. Very easy, no effort. Fairly clean, not bad. Let's go for a pull through. Almost no effort. Very, very easy. Fairly clean, could be cleaner, but you know, pull through, okay. But very easy. I mean, a lot easier than some. And let's see. Oh, left a little, let's see. Again, there we go. Pops right through. Let's drag. Yeah, a drag slice is pretty good. So out of the box, the blade is finished fairly well. Once again, never hurts to just take it out of the box and run it along a very fine diamond and a little strop just to help it out just a little bit. I mean, never hurts. We've got skeletonizing along the show side liner, as you can see. And what's cool is that because we've got that translucentness, you can see, so it's not skeletonized on the lock side, but that's the reflection of the light coming in. So, but that's, you know, why do I point that out all the time? Somebody asked that once and I never answered. Because it just shows a level. It shows a level of give a shit. To take the time, energy, and money to do the milling out to lighten the knife up for us. You know, it actually they could just it's more manufacturing for them. They could just throw a slab of steel liner on there and call it good, but to actually, you know, time, money, production, and they're going through tools to mill that out. So, you know, that's why I like to point that out. It's a level of good production. We are perfectly centered. Lockup is, you know, it's pretty good. It's, you know, just by virtue of the size of the liner, we're at about 50, but and I do not think that lock has moved. No stickiness. I don't think the centering has moved. Lock is still the same. You know, the thing is, it's not only is that lock hard to, a little uncomfortable to push, but you often end up fighting against the detent as it hits the blade because it just doesn't move over that much all the time. I don't know. I was hoping that this would be just a home run with the reputation that CJRB has. But I think what I would do if I was going to carry this thing long term, I would probably remove the pocket clip and just let it float in the pocket with a lanyard, even though that's not at all my favorite way to carry a knife. I just do not, it is highly uncomfortable for me with that pocket clip. So overall thoughts, I think there's some really nice design elements that go into this thing. I think there's a couple little features here and there, couple little spots where, for me, and remember this is all my opinion, but for me, I just it leaves me feeling like, you know, there's a little bit lacking. Maybe somebody with either larger hands or smaller hands would not have the same problem with the clip. I don't know what it is, but it just I love that it's a deep carry clip. I do, but it is deep carry up and over quite a bit, and I thought I had a ZT here. This ZT, well, you know what? It's just, you know, it's a slightly slimmer clip, and so it's short. You know, they managed to do the deep carry clip and everything, and it's just as secure, but it's shorter and slightly slimmer. I don't feel that. I just don't feel that when I hold the knife. And that's, you know, that's the thing. That's the problem. It comes out and it's so long. It's just, there's no way to not feel that clip. And that is kind of the problem with this. Otherwise, I love the scales. I love them. They're jade. Woohoo! The patterning on them, the shape, the finishing is great. The blade shape, the finish on it is great out of the box, ready to go. You know, you need a couple drops of oil, that's fine. I can forgive that. Who knows how long it's been sitting in a warehouse, you know, waiting to ship out somewhere. Fine. The uncomfortability of the lock, you know, over time it might get a little easier. Who knows? There's stuff that you can do to fix that. We can grind on here just a little bit to expose more lock surface, you know, more surface area on the thumb, physics, you know, and just less pressure. So I get a you know, kind of a mixed bag of feelings about this knife. I really wanted to like this knife. I really wanted to love this knife. I like this knife. I don't love this knife. I'd love to hear from you guys who maybe have some firsthand experience carrying this around and using it. What do you think about this knife? What are your thoughts about it? I definitely want to try to get another one and maybe modify that blade shape a little bit. See what we got there. I think I'm going to do that. But what are your thoughts about the Mangrove? Whether you've carried it, whether you're just looking at it for the first time like me, what do you think? Your thoughts, guys. Or we could just talk about CJRB as a brand or other models of CJRB you'd like me to try out, you think we should look at and try. So thank you guys for your time and attention. It's the most precious thing we all have. You guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will be back again real soon.